Hey everybody, this is Petey from the Spinner Rack, and I'm going to do another single video. Single comic video, right? This one is going to be another, well, I don't know how old I was when this book came out. I don't think I was old enough. I'm guessing we had the reprints that the Hulk was in, and we didn't have all of them in order. Probably my brother had this, but here's the issue. Let's move this over here, right? This is Hulk 1, let's see, Hulk 122. This is when Roy Thomas took over the Hulk. Herb Trimpe was doing the art. He's also inking this. One of the few times where he did the Fantastic Four, and I really feel Herb Trimpe missed his calling on also doing the FF. In the 70s, he was big on the Hulk, right? So we have it. We had a Hulk. This is your last fight, right? With the fabulous Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four was almost the Fabulous Four, right? So we got this nice confrontation of the Hulk. And then now, mind you, when you look at this issue, it's going to be a different Hulk. This is the Hulk. This is from whence the Hulk became really popular. And then they softened him somewhat after that, right? Because the book, the stand was either I'm gonna do a stand issue, but this one is a Roy Thomas one, and the Hulk is very volatile, right? I think Byrne called him Marvel's Donald Duck, that he reacts with everything with anger. But you also see something that would show up in Byrne's comic where Banner could exert a little bit of control on the Hulk at times, but not that much. And Hulk wouldn't really know where it was coming from. But here we go, right? The Hulk's last fight, right? Somewhere Hulk wanted to go. So now in his head, he has somewhere to go, but he doesn't really know why. And here's a train coming, and he has this thing in his head. He's not sure why he has to do it. But, he sees the machines. Now the machines doesn't react to him, but he's realized that machines are always the thing that have hurt him. So they're similar to trains with soldiers. He decides he's just gonna tear it apart, right? They'll never reach their going. And he stops them. Nobody's dead, but then at the same time, everyone gets off of this train, right? And he's happy that they're running away. And I guess Hulk's foot was hurting, so he said he can walk again. And as he's walking, he can't think and just sort of falls out, right? And this is another great moment. This is the thing that now Banner wasn't in the book a lot, but you always have to remember to bring him in there and do something with him, right? Banner is like, hey, I never stayed this way this long. Excitement to make him a monster again. And he can't remember what the Hulk did, and he sees what the Hulk did. The mindless rage possibly caused him death, so he goes in to see. But this is the other part that Bruce Banner would see the wreckage, and then at the same time, even though it put him in harm's way, he would see if he could go. He said, only thing, they were cargo in some men's suits, so he's able to change his attire. Luckily for him. And then they say the Fantastic Four he sees a paper that the Fantastic Four has a cure, and he sees what he has to do, right? And this is old style Marvel, because I show you, if you watch the Avengers, there's a lot of standing around and talking, like almost like a movie. In this, everything is action packed. A paper flies in with the wind. He picks up the paper, and once he gets it, this silent scene of him holding the paper up, and it's like, I'm gonna rule the day if you dialogue this, and we wouldn't really get. This is a positive thing for him, but it's everything is action packed. Then a train comes, and he gets on that train, right? And he's hoping Bruce Banner will see that, and he always think Ben has some sort of worry about that. He said, show him in. They tell him what to do, no matter when Bruce Banner he shows up. Pass through without question, right? Right. So don't whatever they don't want anything being harmed, right? And of course, the comedy of errors in Hulk, they had to switch out a guy, right? You weren't in the briefing. This is wife had a baby, right? And it tells him about Bruce Banner, right? So he's on there. He's trying to keep with what he saw, what Reed had. He has his own ideas that maybe help this out, and he ties it. And the next thing you know, they're like, "Hey, we want to see us in that pouch." They pull out a knife, and Bruce's like, "Please don't do this." It's, oh no, it's gonna. You see that once they see he's changing, they immediately run off, right? And then and he's like saying he's thinking about jumping off the train, but he said something deep in his brain is telling him to stay. Why? He can't remember. Can't remember. And that sort of wins over and he falls out. Right? Right. So then they're also trying to search for him, right? And they worry about killing Bruce Banner in cold blood, right? And Thunderbolt Ross is not about to allow him to do it, right? So Bruce Banner finally makes it. And then they switch. And he's like, where are you going? Right? And of course, Bruce is a passionate guy. So when the policeman's stopping him, he's like, and he pushes him. And he doesn't like it, so he pulls a gun out. And he said, what are you doing with that gun, you fool? That's the Hulk you're talking to. Too much excitement. Goes on poster race. And a nice shot of him transforming, right? And Hulk goes where he wants to go. Remember that, what's the name? That he was supposed to go somewhere. And nothing stops the Hulk, nothing. And then the Hulk remembers Fantastic Four about the Hulk's enemies from before. The only reason to seek them out, the Hulk must destroy his enemies. Right? So the Hulk is going up there, destroy his enemies, and is that all that means? The Hulk has arrived. Right? And he says, trouble he's looking for, he's gonna get it. And practice for a long time. Right? So he's going down, the Hulk's going up. The Hulk punches the elevator, and the next thing you know, he's gonna hit it again and sends it into space. He said, what happened to, he said, we only saw them go in there, Mom, so what happened to the thing? Don't worry about the one call the thing. Worry about what the Hulk will do to you. This is classic Hulk stuff, right? He doesn't remember why he's here. Not at all. And he said, they're trying to delay him, so prison of flame. So then Next thing you know, Hulk's trying to go to the machines to destroy them, and Reed tries to stop him, but then there's a pouch. So it was put there by Bruce Banner. So then, of course, he makes sure it works with Reed Richards, and he says some sort of formula. He said there'll be nothing if he destroys all my equipment. And he said, and soon through all that wall, nothing can stop him. Hulk is the strongest one there is. There's no one who has a power suck. No one and no thing. And he said, "Did I hear someone calling?" So Herb Trimpe also had the humor and whatnot. And then Reed says, just do as I say. Keep him from the lab, right? So then, with speed lines, it's just an action-packed thing. So when they say, like, Herb Trimpe really pushed out this story is like, well, it's a simple story, but the thing is, like, this is comics right here for me, right? So then they get into a battle, they match strengths up, but then at the same time, Hulk is seemingly stronger, so he said, "I don't like to use my gray matter." And the Hulk leaps and the thing ducks and he drops all the way down to the floor. He's a little bit dazed, but he still survives. And then Reed comes, shoots him, and then they cure the Hulk. They stop him so they can cure the Hulk forever, right? And they say have the cure. So yeah, this one's another good one. So I mean, all the ones. Well, this is a sidebar reason why I'm doing this. So the easiest ones to make thumbnails out of, and if they work, they're lined up to do them now. So I want to get some things in the can. So there we go. Right, we just did it. Hulk versus the FF, and leading to the Hulk being captured and hopefully cured in the next issue. But you can figure that the Hulk came back some way. But at the same time, we got this thing where Hulk was totally volatile the entire time. He has some loose memories, and from those loose memories, he's ready to just stomp on everything. And this is when Herb Trimpe is just becoming the star of Marvel. Like, he's on. This is the Marvel's number two book next to Spider-Man. Fantastic Four is probably up there too, but as far as got the Rolling Stone cover. I keep saying that. Herb Trimpe got a movie. We love Herb Trimpe, so this is another great one. So there's not just Hulk 181. There's a lot of other ones, but that's it. Spin rack out.